Good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura show and I'm on time. Good morning. Hello. Hi everybody, welcome back to Wednesday, January 29th. I'm Laura. This is Last Minute Laura Morning Show. We get together Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. That's 3 hours, 3 times a week we get together. And we hang out and we chat and we do crafty things together and we plan our gardens and we talk about our pets and we talk about plants and dead things and crochet and embroidery and knitting and sewing and natural dye and clay and building and just general handy stuff. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, stick around. If you want to participate in the live chat, the chat you see going along the side of the screen, just subscribe and you can join us and chat about all these things with us. If you're just watching, that's totally okay too. Just don't forget to click the thumbs up button as you come in. It helps the channel grow and you're already here, so you might as well. It's free, it's fast, but it helps the channel. So click the thumbs up, the like button. And I think we should just jump right in today because I did a whole bunch of work yesterday and I think I deserve a little treat. So yesterday I filmed all day. I did 2 full tutorials and I got all the thumbnails done. I did a whole bunch. Good morning, Sid. I did a whole bunch of work. I made a new hat pattern. Very cute. It finishes in the round, which is super fun. So it's worked flat, but then we finish the top in the round and that gives it this perfect, like, comfy beanie shape. God, it's so cute. I love this hat. So I made myself this is gonna be my perfect winter hat, like the perfect pattern. And obviously I wrote it down. Also, yesterday's tutorial came out and it was for a little headband. This guy here. This pattern came out yesterday. It's got like a little knit detail or a braided detail on it, which is fun. So that came out yesterday. If you're looking for a new headband tutorial, that one is live on my channel now. And yesterday I also filmed a little Valentine's Day tutorial. I did my little granny square heart. So now I know how to do that, which is super. I shortened my knitted yoga pants last night, so now they shouldn't trip me anymore. Oh, that's good. But also, having to take out any knitting, it's like very hurtful. So what I did yesterday on my break, no, this wasn't yesterday, this was the day before, Monday. Currently working on granny square shorts with yarn scraps. That's cool. That's a good idea. Granny squares into everything. It was a bit of a process. Yeah, I bet it was. Granny squares for shorts sounds fun. How many would you need? Well, I guess it depends how big you're making the shorts, but are you making them, or how big you're making the granny squares? Are you making them 3 granny squares across for the front? Like, or each leg is 1 granny square? How are you? Probably, let me think. Probably 4 granny squares for the front of the leg, 4 for the back, 4 for the back, 4 for the front, if you're making them like that big. So 16. I'm just doing 1 per leg, different solid color on each side. Oh, okay, cool. 2 granny squares is definitely easier than making 16 of them. So, okay, what I did on Monday, not sure how it'll work the crotch gusset yet. That's not a problem for today. That's a later day problem. So agreed, you don't need to worry about that yet. That can just be done crocheted after the fact, I think. Probably. They don't need, yeah, you can do it. Anyway, I drew out my backyard on Monday afternoon as like one of my breaks, and I got Alex to laminate it for me. He has the laminator now, so that I can do a bunch of different designs all on one backyard. So this is the outline of my backyard with nothing in it. Like, nothing at all is in it, and now you can tell where things are. Like, this is our back porch, and then this is that garden bed that's the only in-ground garden that we have. This is our back porch, and then this is like our pergola and our garage, so that you can kind of see. I have like half sun here. So this is like going to be where my shade garden lives. And then over here is going to be like my main garden. But I thought we could go and look through the top view like this and kind of cut out all the shapes of my garden beds so we can kind of configure the backyard in a way that's going to be the most... Oh, I forgot to turn the music down. I'm so sorry. It's probably so loud for you guys. Apologies. Good morning, good morning. Apologies if that was way loud. The music is supposed to be a quiet background sound. Anyway, I've got graph paper here, and I thought we could cut out some of the shapes that I know I have in the graph paper and sort of organize them on the backyard shape in order to sort of configure the backyard in a way that we can have as much garden as possible. You know, like this is accurate to size. I went and measured a few things in the backyard, and then I made each one of these squares is 1 foot by 1 foot. So this is accurate to the this is correct. It may be off by a few inches here or there, but I mean, overall, this is accurate to size. So because I know that, I can say, for example, I have a garden bed that is 5 feet across, so I can go on my graph paper and I can just say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the widest. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know one of my garden beds is this big. You know what I'm saying? So what I was thinking is we could draw out a few garden beds that I have, cut them out, and then stick them on here and see what else we could fit, see what else we could build, what else we could put in there, and just kind of go a little bit into the dreaming part of gardening today, because it is snowing and it is cold and it looks like it's warming up. There's a lot of dripping happening. But this morning when I woke up, it was actively big fat snowflakes snowing. So it's fully winter right now, and I would be happier if it wasn't. So, you know. Okay, and then I have a couple of garden beds that are 2 by 3. Wait, I have one that's like a rounded 2 by 3. 2 of those, the metal ones. And then I have a bunch of totes. I don't know how many totes I have. Maybe 3 Rubbermaid totes. And then I have I have 2 really big, like 3-foot pots. And then I have a bunch of 2-foot pots. You know what I mean? And then I've got tons of like 1-foot pots. But I thought for the final copy, we could do them in brown craft paper instead of like graph paper, because I thought that would be, you know, like less boring. What might be a good idea though is if let me think here. Do I have a glue stick? I'm so emotionally invested in this working the way that I want it to. Okay, so I have an idea. I do in fact have a glue stick. Poor Alex is falling apart. If you hear him being a sick man, he is still very sick. We both got COVID. Unfortunately, Alex is getting hit way harder than me, so he is still like very much not well. Okay, so if that's my top point, I feel like maybe I have, just ignore the fact that it's a pill bottle, but I think I have a pill bottle that will create a perfect circle for me. Just try not to look at my prescription. Let me think. This one's a little bit big. This one's small. Friends, I have news. Ooh, what is the news? We love news. Except for like the actual news right now. We don't love the actual news. This one's too big, so it is gonna have to be the bottom. Tell me the news. You're pregnant. Sorry. It's just everyone always guesses that. Oh my God! It's for real! I was just kidding! Oh my God, Louisa, I was just kidding because that's the first thing. If anyone says anything, in our age range, it's like, I have something to tell everybody. It's like, you're immediately pregnant. That's funny. No, actual news. That's amazing, Louisa. Congratulations. Oh, that's crazy. Ada's gonna have a baby brother or sister. Now you're gonna have to find a new name. That's exciting. Baby is so much better than actual news. 100%. Babies are way better than the actual news. The actual news is stressful right now. Everything that seems to be going on in the news in Canada, in the States, abroad, just generally, I'm like, not really in the mood for it. Okay. Congrats, Louisa. Yes, absolutely. Congratulations. That's awesome. Obviously mildly terrifying, but also awesome. I woke up and had to call my reps first thing. Great way to start the day. So only chill vibes and yarn things for the rest of the day. Yeah, no thanks. Only chill yarn things today. We're just gonna have fun. Very early, but I needed to share it. Well, you know what, Louisa? 100%, my sister said this to me when she first immediately, she was, I don't know, 3 days pregnant, literally, she was like, we're trying, I knew it had happened, and so did she, and she was like, it's so early that her period wasn't even late. I'm talking, we were very early talking about Alistair when he was conceived, and, she said something to me where after 2 weeks, she was like, you can tell the stream, and I'm like, you're not even you're just pregnant. You're just officially, you just got the positive test today. And she was like, yeah, but if this baby doesn't come into the world, we all still love them like they're a baby. So yes, right now it may only be a zygote. It may only be literally a fertilized egg that hasn't even implanted yet. However, for our family, for my sister, that was a wanted pregnancy, and therefore, if it didn't happen, a pregnancy would have been lost, and why would she suffer alone in that? And I was like, absolutely. And I understand totally when people don't want to tell anyone until the 3-month place where it's safe and sound, but I'm of the mind where I feel like that should be community suffering. That should be something that you don't suffer alone. In my opinion, that should be a community-based suffering, if that is something, you know? I guess I'm ordering my new hard drives from Amazon because I can't actually find them from anywhere else. That's so annoying. And I wish that we had somewhere else to buy things from. I realized almost everything I've bought in the last year, in the last 12 months, so much of the stuff that I have bought that was oh, we need this. The cheapest price and the quickest delivery is on Amazon. And unfortunately, I do not have the luxury to just spend more for no reason. And it feels very right at the moment. We were not avoiding it, but not actively trying. And I remember when you told us, and I resonated with it. Right? I resonate with it a lot. For me, it really feels I don't know. I just feel like it's something that it's so joyful. When a pregnancy is wanted, it is so joyful that it should be shared. And if a pregnancy that is wanted is lost, it is so sorrowful that it should be shared. The whole burden of bringing life into the world is something that should be carried by everyone, I feel like. Still planning my garden, getting ready to start seeds. I am way too early to start seeds. It is still January. I can't be doing that. So in order to sort of calm my desire to start the seeds, I am going to plan the garden visually. And do I need to be cutting out all of these shapes and gluing them to brown cardstock and then cutting those out? No, I don't. Are you going to judge me for it? Well, you better not, because that's what's happening here, friends. That's what's going to happen. I'm doing what I'm going to do. And it's going to make me feel like summer is less far away. And it's going to make me feel like we can figure out a new way to configure the garden to get more planting. I need to do gardening math and figure out how much we need to plant for freezing. Yeah, I don't know how my garden math is going to happen because I am really bad at garden math, and instead of doing garden math, I just I do garden feeling, where I'm like, how many cosmos can I fit into my garden? It says plant them 12 inches apart, but what if I plant in a 12-foot patch? What if I plant 8 of them and we see what happens? And then they work out, and then the next year I'm like, what if we plant more than that? What if we just overplant forever? Can I just be someone who overplants forever? I asked you like as if I'm going to need permission. I will definitely be overplanting forever. Are you dry glue? You look like dry glue. You don't look sticky anymore. You just look like a gummy piece of dried glue. Can we force you to work? Like, if I chopped off the old part. Let's see. Let's see what we can get here. If I just give you a little schmear. You don't feel like glue anymore. You just sort of feel like not very sticky. Do I have another glue stick somewhere? I don't think I do. What if I just keep trying? Yes, you can. Foster cats got to the vet today. Oh, that's good. It just feels like gummy. It doesn't feel like gluey. I'm just not willing to give up on my idea, though. You know? Like if I can glue all of them to the brown cardstock somehow. This is just not very sticky. It's gotta be. It's gotta work. It's gonna work. If I can glue it all to the cardstock. Oh, did I tell you I'm almost done my next book? I've been reading this series of... The author is apparently a real author, but I call it, excuse my language, fairy smut is what I've been calling the genre, but apparently it is action romance, so it's an action romance novel, but there's like 36 novels in the series because this author is, excuse my language again, just very horny. She just really wants to do a love story for every single one of her characters, and I'm here for it. I'm like fine with that. So I've been reading these books, and every time I go to the thrift store, I pick up another one because the author is so prolific that every time I go into the thrift store, there's more of her books there. So I'm like, I'll just buy them as I see them. So I'm not reading them in order because I'm reading them in the order that they show up at my thrift store. And I have so far gotten through, oops, that's supposed to be the other side, oops. I've so far gotten through quite a lot of them. Her name is Christine Feehan, Feehan. And the books that I am currently reading are the Carpathian novels. I'm currently reading Dark Desire. I have read The Darkest Night, The Shadows, Dark Peril, Dark Destiny, Dark Illusion, and Lair of the Lion. I'm currently reading Dark Desire. I still have 3 more that I purchased from the thrift store that I haven't read. Dark Magic, Dark Celebration, and Dark Curse. So I'm reading these 4 in the order they're meant to be read, but they're not all in order. Does that make sense? Anyway, I am now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books this year. And while they are definitely fairy smut, in my opinion, they are still words, and each of the books is like, it's like a novel. It's like a real novel. So I've been enjoying myself every night when I take my bath. Not every night. Every night that I take a bath, I sit in the bath, let my feet soak in Epsom salt. Well, my whole body is soaking because I'm in the bath. And I read my little books, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm going to be done these 4 books in a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to have to find some new thing to read so that I keep reading. I'm very interested in continuing this because I haven't read in a long time. It's been a long time since I was interested in like reading a lot. So I'm happy to be interested in it again, but I also need to keep the momentum going. Okay, so I'm going to cut around these, and that way I can put them on my little page and know how big it is, how big the garden is. But I can put it on the brown side so that you can imagine it's dirt. See, look. Now I have my one garden bed. Aren't I smart? Oh yeah, she's the other one. Sherilyn Kenyon. I don't know that author, but I also only have just entered the realm of actual romance novelists, except for I've read Nora Roberts before. Not for me. It's just not for me. But I like this author. I like the way she writes. It's weird that she dedicates her book to people she knows. Like, she dedicated the last one I read to her grandson. And I was like, my dude, your grandson should not go anywhere near this book. But also, like, happy for you, I guess. But also, well, I guess how old is her grandson? I don't know that answer. Anyway, are you guys reading anything right now? I don't know why I'm not interested in reading any other type of book right now, but eventually I would like to ease up on the romance books. Find some other theme. I remember liking the Divergent series, so I think I'll like some post-apocalypse type genre. I don't think I'd want a scary book. Like, I don't think I want to feel scared. I did used to like historical fiction, so I could go back in that direction. Good morning, Alana. We're playing in the garden this morning, trying to organize how the garden is going to sit in the backyard. Because we have more room this year, and all of the shade plants, I plan on having them be under the pergola, like well under the pergola. So that means we're going to have a bunch more room to do more garden stuff. Okay. Do I need to do this? No. I recognize that. But I think it's a fun way to visualize. Okay. So right now, currently, how the garden is configured is like this. We've got these guys here. Got that guy there. feel like that is currently what we have. And then I also have like a ton of 1-foot pots. So what I'm going to do for the 1-foot pots is I'm just going to make them squares because they're so small. Like I have like a million 12-inch pots. You know what would have worked really well is a hole puncher. Do I have one? Okay. And then I have like a million pots currently all along the back of my fence and all along the side. Oh, and I have a pot that's 1 foot by 2 foot. That has my, or 1 foot, it's probably 1 foot by 3 foot. That has my little plants in it. Okay, like that. And then I have a bunch more 1-foot pots. Oh, and I have another 2-foot pot. On my back porch. So what I want to try and do is create more space for the garden in the backyard. I will show you which way the sun comes in so that you can kind of imagine it. I also have my back porch has plants on it. That. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. Like, this is what I currently have in there. Tons of perennials are already in pots waiting for spring. But what I want to do is find a way. So the best sun is here. The sun mostly is coming down like this. So this is a dark area. This area gets dark pretty early because the sun goes like this over the backyard, and in the summer it's like here. So this area is getting pretty much constantly bombarded. This area gets shade from the fence behind it. So what I want to do is find a way to just create a lot of space for the plants, obviously. So what I could do is we could turn this one. We can also fully move this somewhere. It's very big, quite heavy. It would be a bit of a daunting task, but let's assume we could do it. We could put these guys like that. I'm trying to think, how can I add more stuff to this space while still having room to walk through? Because we also need to have this path clear. Like, this whole path needs to remain empty. I'm gonna just block off the areas we can't plant in. Because they are pathways. So those are all pathways that can't really be blocked in. See my predicament? But we still have all this room over here, but this area stays in the shade quite a bit. So what I'm wondering is if we could do like that's our path, fine. And this can go against the wall. And then we could do like this. Even all of the totes in one spot would be kind of cool. Poor Alex. And then this stuff is all going to remain shade plants. I feel like there's a couple larger pots back there with the shade plants. And this area usually gets pretty filled up with pots. I just wish I could have more room and like more gardens. Like, I don't know what to do about it. This is 5 feet by 5 feet, which is great. And then pretty much other than the path, everything is covered already. Because this pergola, even though it's not covered, it's mostly shade. So realistically, these plants will get pulled up. They won't be against the back fence in the summer. They'll be like under the pergola here. Like that. And then this will be where the hammock sits. And then that could be a path. I don't know. We came back Sunday evening and I have ended the energy to remove the Christmas tree yet. Everything is a mess. That's January 29th. A little late. However, it's not February yet. And I think January is the month where you get rid of Christmas. So you're still fine. You still have 2 days, right? 30th, 31st. So this is also all a garden bed. And I usually do put a large pot there as well. One sec. Let me just add more pots. But I kind of want to like add a new large garden bed, like rather than just pots. I want to have another, either a raised bed or something. What do you think? 4 terabytes ordered. We'll see if they get here without being shattered in shipping. Fingers crossed that won't happen for you. Okay, so what I'm thinking, right, is if I built a garden bed, but I don't want to buy things that I'm going to have to move with. That's the other thing. But like, if, for example, I had another 5 by 5 bed, let me just like see where it could fit. You know what I mean? Or something. I feel like I want to be able to imagine this backyard with more garden space. Like if I had another 5 by 5, then it could go pretty much right next to the other one. And I think there would still be room to put, maybe not the raised beds, but something like this, like 2 pots. Grow bags, they can flat store for moving needs. So that's what these 5 by 5 beds are. They're grow bags, but they're 2 feet tall by 5 feet wide. And last year it worked amazing for my garden. It held so much stuff. But if I could have another one in like a perfect world, I feel like I would want to put it back here. Gosh, if I could have more, just more, please. But remember, we also need all of the paths to still be paths. It needs to be walkable. And I also need to be able to tend that garden. So if this 5-foot garden is here, there needs to be a little path in front of it. I can't just pile plants around it. So that would mean the next little grouping would have to be like a little ways away from it, like that. Far enough that I could access that garden. And then this can also fit here, my hostas and whatnot. And then these guys could go, these are raised beds. I did like having them back there. Aya's here, morning all, need to grab my snacks and beverage, BRB. Sounds good, Candace, see you soon. I could do something like that. But I don't have the second one. So that kind of takes away the possibilities. Also, I put my plants off on angles. So this thing will go here, because that's where it went last year. And it looked good there. That will be all the shade plants, the perennial shade plants. And then also in that corner, I'll probably have a few other less shady, but still a little shade plant shady. Okay. And then I also last year had one of those Rubbermaid totes back here. And I liked it. Then I had 2 Rubbermaid totes. This is kind of what I had last year. This is like my configuration. But I have also my large tree from inside, or my bird of paradise rather. It's not a tree. But it's big, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna give it its own shape. And that lives right here. Bird of paradise. I feel like that's about the garden space that I have. There's probably a little bit more here and there, just from the number of 12-inch and 18-inch pots that I have. So usually I put a couple extra things around. But I would like to find a way to make it a little more efficient this year. Like, instead of having this many 12-inch pots, I would rather have a garden bed. Like, I would rather have fewer large things than more small things, you know? But like a garden bed, what am I going to have to do to get a garden bed? Can I buy one? Can I make one? Do I really want to buy or make one? I feel like this might be the summer of like downsizing things so that I have a little bit of an easier time moving the next time we move. I feel like I've accumulated quite a lot of stuff. And don't get me wrong, I love all my stuff, but I have to figure out a way to make it a little bit more reasonable to move the stuff. And I feel like making the garden bigger this year might not be the best decision, as it'll be very difficult to move all of the stuff. But either way, I am very excited. Isn't the gardens, like, my little garden thing, awesome? I think it's so cool. I drew it, like, super accurately to scale. Very important considerations. I think so. Well, I know for sure, the main garden beds that I need to deal with, like the main most important ones, are my 2 raised beds, my 5-foot raised bed, and then my Rubbermaid totes and my large pots. The 12-inch pots are the least important. It's the huge pots that need consideration, because that's where I organize like the main stuff. So like over here was sweet peas last year, and then here it was nasturtiums and sweet peas. So I liked that. I liked having the wall of nasturtiums, but I'll need to build a bit of a stronger wall. This year it collapsed, which is not a big deal. And then the raised garden beds, last year I tried to do status in them, but they didn't get enough sun here. So I think instead I'm going to do my status on the porch, because it gets full bright sun. So I think I'll move one of my larger pots up to the porch, and that will be full of status this year. Usually this one is full of like things that I can look at early in the spring. But the big 5-foot pot, it held so much last year. I'm focusing on food, so like having in mind what you need and then what you might be good to prioritize what things should go for where for yields. That's very responsible. I'm fully only in the flower world right now. I'm not even, like, the only things I grow that are not flowers is like herbs, and I dry all the herbs that I grow. I grew peppers last year and grew tomatoes last year, but like it's like those are like silly little side projects, like 1 tomato plant and 1 or 2 pepper plants. The rest for me is very much focused on flowers. I also have a huge Rubbermaid tote, a full Rubbermaid tote of yarrow, and I want this to bloom. Like, I'm very determined to see this come full flower, full fruition. So I want to put this somewhere where it's going to get great amounts of light all summer long. And like, I could put it like here and it'll get full sun all summer, or I could put it like here, but it'll block off this back garden. Right now, it's currently just sitting here. Actually, no, it's not. It's sitting here right now. I think something is slightly off, because I feel like there's a big pot there right now. Like a 2-footer. And then it's like this. So I think these somehow are fitting in that space. Like this. There. That's kind of what it's like right now. While it may be more cumbersome to move, it allows for moving less objects compared to the tons of little pots. Right. Okay, I wasn't sure if things changed. No, currently I'm just in the flowers. When we have a place that I can grow in the ground, I'll start growing food. But at this point, we're growing everything above ground, and the ground I'm growing above is like toxic. Like, I wouldn't really want to grow things in the ground where I live, like to eat. Because it's like all inner city, hundreds of years of concrete and asphalt and water treatment, and just like, it's very, I don't know, I just feel like I would not want to grow food here. So, is that realistic? Probably not. Is it how it feels in my head? Yes. So that's not the only reason I'm not going to grow food. I also don't want to right now because I don't have anywhere to store grown food. I have a fridge, a freezer, and a very small pantry. We live in like a 1-bedroom. It's a house, but it's broken into 2 apartments. It's not big enough for me to be like homesteading here. But it is big enough for me to grow enough flowers to grow like full joy, to give me full joy. So I want to go through last year's garden a little bit with you guys, go on a little, adventure down memory lane and see what things we really need to make sure we have in the garden this year, because I feel like there's a few that I know, like I really want to grow the Clarkia again. The Clarkia Mountain Garland brought me so much joy last year that I was surprised about. I really didn't anticipate it being so beautiful. And at some points in the beginning of the spring, I was like, I'm not going to grow this again. I posted videos on my Instagram being like, this is pretty, but I'm not growing it again. And then something happened in like June and it just exploded. And I was like, oh, I absolutely am growing it again. Forever. And I bought seeds because I used all the seeds I had. And I was like, there's no way I'm missing out on this. It's such a beautiful plant. Okay, let's see. Where are we at here? Oh my God, we're only in August. July. Oh, the best part of the garden is the heat of July. God, the flowers, you guys. Okay, let's see. This seems like a good place to start. June 26th. Hello, Alex. He's so sick. Okay, so June of last year was June 26th. I already had fully blooming poppies, looking superb. You can see the poppies were doing the most. So pretty. Look at how pretty these poppies are. So I'm definitely going to do poppies again because they died out as everything else took their place. I found them to be a really good starting flower. They were tall, they were strong, they were like juicy, like lettuce. Gosh, aren't they gorgeous? And the colors were perfect. And these were just from poppy seeds, like from the grocery store. So I'm not really concerned about buying poppy seeds because the poppy seeds from the grocery store give you these. So pretty. So that's great. And then, so that's my front garden. And that is, I'm going to do the exact same thing next year that I did this year. I'm just going to throw a million seeds. This is what happened when I threw a million seeds. I didn't tend it. I didn't water it. I didn't amend it. I didn't do anything for this garden whatsoever. As you can see, the garden is only as deep as the stairs to get to the sidewalk and only as wide as our porches. So it's like, it's in ground, but it's like, it's very small versus here's the backyard garden in June. Amazing. Wow. Ugh, it does not look like that right now. Look at little thunder in the bottom. Calendula. I definitely want to have more calendula this year. I am almost out of all my dried calendula. So that's an important thing. I really want to make sure that I have growing this year. I did like growing the calendula with the snapdragons. I thought they were a good pair. So that's a good thing. You know what? We should write some of this stuff down. Excuse my sniffling. I'm like 99% better. Okay, let's see. In February or in March? Let's do it in the March book or the March page. I have my journal my sister gave me for Christmas is amazing and it keeps me so happy, organized. Okay, so what we like is putting snap dragons and actually this should be in May. This is when I'll be planting it into the ground. Starting the seeds is not the part where I'll be planting them together. So in May, I'll put plant together. And then I'll do snapdragons and calendula. They looked really cute together. Oh, my zinnias were already in full bloom. Look at the beautiful sweet pea climbing up that trellis. I do want to work on my trellis a little bit. For my sweet peas, I want to try and find a way to make it better for them to climb, easier for me to tend to and better for them to climb. I haven't figured that out yet, but that's something I'm going to figure out. Right now it's just like a piece of cattle panel that they climb up. Love those poppies. Okay, and then in June, this stuff was already in full bloom. I'm so pleased with that. I hope that's the way this spring goes. Spring was early here this year. So hopefully it comes early again. Look at that beautiful pink bachelor's button, and you can see the Clarkia mountain garland in the background of it. Oh, and as the poppies were in full bloom, the zinnias were still growing. So you can see the zinnias are short at this point. They end up being taller than the white fence by the end of summer. And the cleome, the pink cleome, is quite gorgeous too. That's one of the pink ones. I love how the purple ones look, but those pink ones really do something. I wasn't thinking I was going to do pink this year, but I think I'm going to do pink and purple Cleome again. And I really liked the dark red Amaranth. I felt like the Coral Fountain didn't do as much for me, but the mice loved the Coral Fountain, so I will grow the Coral Fountain again for those mice. It was so cute when they were eating this thing. They were like hanging by their tail off of a nasturtium plant to eat the this talus type thing. A tassel, not talus, tassel. They loved this one, the Coral Fountain. And that one looks beautiful, but it's not stunning the way the dark one is. The dark one is so dark and beautiful, but I'll probably just grow both. Sweet peas, absolutely. I'll go wild with my sweet peas again. Oh God, these poppies are stunning. They're just so bright and beautiful. The nasturtiums, of course, there will be nasturtiums everywhere, and sweet alyssum. I'm going to tuck sweet alyssum anywhere and everywhere that I can. I might just skip peppers this year entirely because I feel like I gave them prime spots in the sun in my garden that I could have given to another plant. And I feel like it was, I don't want to say wasted on the peppers, but kind of wasted on the peppers. This cactus is still sitting in this location and it is not happy. It has mostly rotted. I'm hoping it'll survive, but I don't know. All right. And then we had gorgeous zinnias. I don't need close-ups. I need full shots of the garden. So this is the 5-foot bed. I can tell. Yeah, it's the 5-foot bed. And you can see how bright the Zinnia cosmos are. They were small plants that died early. So I will grow the Zinnia cosmos again, but I'm going to make a note that Zinnia is small and dies early. It died back early. They're a beautiful cosmo. The color of the individual flowers is stunning, but you can see that it's already in full bloom and it's only like 1.5 feet off the ground. The other cosmos didn't even start blooming until they were about 3 feet tall. Oh, this bachelor's button is beautiful. I have this. This is the classic romantics mix, and I will be definitely growing this again. There's another pepper plant. Do you see what I mean, though? It's in a prime location. You can't even see any peppers on it. I don't think I'm going to bother. I feel like it was a waste of the bright spot in the garden that I could have put some other flower in. More gorgeous zinnias, obviously. Okay, here's a shot of the whole garden from the front. So what do I like here? I like that I tucked Coleus in anywhere because Coleus doesn't need a ton of light. It likes light, but it doesn't need a ton of light to be successful. It'll grow very happily in a pretty shadowy spot. So I think I'm going to do Coleus everywhere tucked in again. Maybe more red ones. I feel like this could have more going on than just the green. I love the mix of different textures. I feel like that was a really good choice. I've got like straw flowers in the front here next to a cosmo, a huge chunk of cosmos in the back, zinnias and poppies. Everything is nice texture, but I think we could have different shades of green and different reds. So I think that we need to have more Coleus in order to break up the green that is bunching. So maybe between each large bunch of plants we'll include Coleus. The status. Oh, I'm so hopeful this year that the status is going to do better. It was beautiful, but it didn't do very well. And then I've got my echinaceas. My most beautiful prized possession, the Apricotta Cosmos. These are going to be a important staple in my garden for the rest of my life. I'm sure of it. These are the most beautiful colored flowers I've ever seen. You can see next to it is like just a pink, regular pink cosmo. So there's multiple cosmos planted here in the same spot, but this cosmo is just so, it's like glowing. It's the prettiest flower I've ever seen. So here, what I like about this part of the garden is the alyssum spilling over. It breaks up the the just like the wood and the green. I do think though I need more color, like green wise. I need something that's dark green or something that's like a red leaf, some other type of foliage I need in this garden to jazz up those flowers even more. The nasturtiums are perfect. Never too many of those. Okay, so this is my shade garden. I was surprised the Clarkia did okay in the shade. You can see this is like a block of plants. I did like that. Oh gosh, you really are sad. This umbrella plant is not as happy as it was when it was outside. Snake plants and stuff, I think I'll make them even more in the shade this summer because I can, and they'll be okay. And also, I have more sun to work with, so I'll probably be doing that. Impatiens, I'll probably do the same thing where I grow a bunch of impatiens in the shade because they just add color to the shade. I like about the houseplants that they add a lot of different kinds of green. I find this, even though there's only like 2 flowers in this picture, because there's the variegated golden pothos, there's the texture in the hosta, and then there's like the different levels of shininess and different brightnesses of green. I feel like this planter, this area looks really interesting. Like there's a lot of different shapes and colors and textures happening, and I like that. I find that the other view of the straight garden bed doesn't have enough doesn't have enough variation in green. This to me is so much more interesting to look at versus this. I feel like this is much more flat. There's a lot less green variation. So this is something I'm gonna keep track of next year or this year in the spring, is to try and bring in different shades of green into each section, because I think that makes a difference. So my bird of paradise will probably be in the same location next year because that's where it's happy. If Alex can get it outside, it just won't stop growing. This thing is huge. The zinnia garden is fine. Oh, this is the morning glory, was just getting started in the end of June. It didn't even bloom until like August. Okay. Love the sweet alyssum. I think that this color was my favorite, this bright dark purpley pink, but I did have a few other colors that were lovely. The white was still pretty. Like, can't go wrong with like tiny little white flowers, you know? These, I expect these to grow this year and bloom. I transplanted all of these. These are the geranium herb Robert. And I transplanted all of these plants into one planter. So there's one full, like, I don't think it's 24 inches, probably 18-inch planter filled with these plants. And let's just have a look at what that looks like. Geranium herb Robert. When it's blooming, it is quite pretty. It's it looks like it's a shade plant, but it's quite pretty. It's got pink little flowers, not super attention grabbing, pretty chill and like just pretty, just gentle and pretty. So that'll be nice. I'll keep those in the shade garden. They don't look like they're full sun. These look like shade forest plants. But anyway, I have those, and I'm pretty sure this year those are going to bloom because they didn't bloom at all last year. Not one flower happened, just plants. So I think they'll be strong enough this year. And they are fully like winter-proof. They seem completely happy right now. Let's see something else from like a larger angle. So this is the overview. You can see the shade garden in the background there with the impatiens and the hostas. So that will all be moved farther back this year because the pergola has no roof. At this point in the summer, the pergola was still fully shadowed in. I love the shape of those leaves. Me too. Aren't they beautiful? I pressed a lot of them flat as well. So this means that pathway that you can barely even see at the edge of the picture here, it will be wider. So I'll have more room to move out with the garden. Oh, it was so perfect. My lemon tree, I'm so sorry. It is so sad right now. My lemon tree is here with me, right here. And I bet you if I shake it... Okay, well, only one leaf came off, but He's a sad boy, let me tell you. This thing is sad. It got spider mites, and I've been treating it, but he is not happy. But he'll be fine. He'll get outside in the summer. So lemon tree, so happy in the summer. Marigolds, obviously gonna grow marigolds again. Oh, very cute. Oh, do I want to grow celosia? I feel like I want to do more coleus stuff. I feel like my coleus game last year was fine, but I feel like I could do more with it. There's just such pretty options. Good morning. I missed the lives. Came out of the hospital today. Had a baby boy prematurely. Oh, Marina. Congratulations. Is he okay? I'm waiting to hear that he's okay before I say it. Congratulations that you had a baby, but I'm waiting to hear that he's okay before I feel the congratulations. Here's an idea for saving on garden pots. PV Mart is closing down, so if you have one close, keep your eyes open and let your mom know too. Is all PV Marts closing? Yes, there is the one that I go to that is closing. I didn't know all of them were closing. Oh gosh, Frida, I want this so much. This is so pretty. All of them. Wow. Thank you. He's okay. He's being treated well at the hospital. Marina, congratulations on your baby. That's amazing. Well done. Sorry it happened early, but I'm glad that he's okay and that you're okay. Must have been terrifying. Okay, again with the, what are you called? Apricota Cosmo. Beautiful apricota. This will be my main squeeze forever for the rest of my life. It's the prettiest flower. Straw flowers, when are we at now? We're only in June still. That's amazing. Okay, so I really hope this summer is the same as last summer then, because in June I was already getting straw flowers open, which is amazing. I was supposed to give birth in March like your sister. Oh my God. Okay, so that's early, but at least you're at the point where, like, all the organs are done, right? By this point, it's just like he's got to get his lungs pushed a little harder to get him started, but otherwise all the rest of his organs are good. Yes, that's awesome. Well, congratulations, and sorry it was early. That kind of ruins your last month and a half or so of, like, relaxing and, like, getting huge. Sorry that you lost out on that, but I'm glad that he's healthy and you're healthy. This is Cleome, by the way, the most beautiful thing. Each flower spike just grows until it's like 12 feet tall, and it just keeps making more flowers as it grows. Beautiful. Aww. My little baby. Little Thunder with his bald neck sleeping on Alex's lap. Sid already had a radish harvest by then. Amazing. Oh, these poppies were so pretty. These were the dusky rose poppies. I still have tons of seeds for them, so I will be planting more. I had tomatoes on my tomato plant. That was a waste of space, but still happy to see them. Also, my bee balm last year didn't do very much. It just wasn't super exciting. I haven't given up on it. It's a perennial, so I still have it growing, but it was only made a few flowers last year. Hopefully this year we'll get more. Fingers crossed on that. Also, the yarrow this year is going to explode. I know it in my heart. We're going to have an absolute bonanza year for yarrow because, like I said, I have a full Rubbermaid tote, like 2 feet by 3 feet is the size of the garden. It's a Rubbermaid tote, but it has drilled holes in the bottom. It's an old one. Anyway, it's 2 feet by 3 feet and it's full of yarrow. And the yarrow is totally healthy. It doesn't even care that it's winter. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the yarrow explode in that way and have, like, I want to be able to actually harvest bunches of yarrow. That would be amazing. Bee balm I had in my old house was a huge bush. Maybe it needs leg room. Should I transplant it, do you think, into its own pot? It was definitely crowded. Everything in my garden is crowded. This was a beautiful snapdragon as well. I'll probably purchase my snapdragons as starts. They're fairly inexpensive, and you get like 6 of them for $2, so I think I'll do that. This is the Zinnia Cosmo. Again, it's so stunning when you see the individual flower. Like, it's just the most beautiful thing to look at. But they didn't make very many flowers. The stems were fairly short. The plants were kind of puny, and they died earlier than the apricota. So these plants were not as like robust of plants as the apricota was. We had really good luck with potatoes last year. We went back to in dirt versus hay, and they were so much happier. I think they pull nutrients better from soil than trying to grow up into hay. Oh, it matches your shirt. Hold on. Saoirse. Thank you, Saoirse. Yes, it does. You're right. But this one is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Sorry, I read your name and I was like, Saoirse. No. Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Ronan. The actress. Anyway, these ones I will also grow. Saoirse? Yeah. Right? I got it right. Anyway, I have so much of this yarrow that grew so strong. 100%. Grew so strong over the summer but didn't bloom. I saw some amazing looking snapdragons that reminded me of your favorite apricota, and there was a variety that looked dark burgundy and dark leaves. Ooh, that sounds wonderful. I don't know if I'm going to buy seeds for snapdragons this year. My yarrow, though, look at this. This bed of yarrow is now fully opaque with leaves. No flowers last year, or very minimal flowers. This year there's going to be hundreds of them. I know it. What is it? Just chatting. Nothing. The birds are just saying hello. Oh, this one, fully rotted, died back, but the roots were okay, and now there's new little babies of this. So I'm gonna have this year, which is super cool. It's just a succulent I got for like $1, and it's so pretty. I have a bleeding heart in my front yard. They're so beautiful. I can't wait till they bloom again. Oh yeah, bleeding hearts are gorgeous. I have a bleeding heart as well. It is small because I've transplanted it a few times, but I'm not letting it die. So this one is a succulent. I will be growing again. Oh my god, look at all these figs Candy got. In July. Still. I love this weed. This weed was growing everywhere at our old place. That's hostas. This guy, it's so easy to pull out of the ground, and they last like a week in a vase, even though they're a weed. Invasive. Not good, but very pretty. Oh my gosh, look at Slinky's garden. It got so big and beautiful. Look at the... I'm so excited for my yarrow to explode like Slinky's did last year. The first year they sleep, the second year they creep, the third year they leap. My yarrow is only going to be on its second year, but still. So see the bee balm? The color's really pretty, and the plant is like pretty. The plant leaves are fine, but there's only like 4 flowers on it, which are beautiful. I'm just hoping for more next year. Oh, the apricot status was glorious. I definitely want that to grow again, but I think it needs way more sunlight than I was giving it. I just need to give it way more sunlight. The red nasturtiums were perfect. I want to try and find a way to get more of this kind of nasturtium. What the heck? When did Freddy come here? This is my sister's dog. I don't know why he's at my house. In this picture, I have no recollection of that. Oh, these babies bloomed. It's my cactus. Love her. She bloomed again in October or November. So this is yarrow. It's the prettiest thing. So cute. So excited to have huge amounts of this. Really looking forward to this flower. More gorgeous nasturtiums, more gorgeous sweet peas. Look how pretty they are. And they smell really nice. Another bouquet for Alex. You see how gorgeous those Zinnia Cosmos are? Up at the top there, you have like a bronze in them. It's like fuchsia with orange on top of it, so it becomes this sort of weird bronze color, and it's so pretty. And the apricotas are so beautiful. It's just the zinnias don't grow as strong. And Alana with her beautiful Love Lies Bleeding. Slinky's gorgeous zinnias. This was a good one. We'll have to do this one again. I am trying to keep one alive, and it's not happy about it. I have a potted coleus right now, and it's trying to not die, but it's not doing well at the task. It's this color that I'm growing through the winter. It's not happy to be alive. It's not thriving. She's not a thriving coleus. More of that beautiful Zinnia Cosmo. I am growing this again, and I'm growing it in pink and white and fuchsia. So we'll see who does the best. Who else? We're growing lots of this again this year. This did really well. This is the Scabiosa Salmon Rose. Very pretty. And, oh gosh, that cough is rough. My coleus looks pretty anemic right now. I think I need to repot it along with everything else in my room. Yeah, most of my plants right now, they don't need repotting, but they look anemic. They all look like there's just no life left in them. This was a really pretty Amaranth Love Lies Bleeding. That one turned out really good. This coleus is also gorgeous. I tried saving this one for winter, but it died. It did not do well as a cutting. I also tried to save this for winter, and it died from a cutting. Baker Creek Orange Wonder Snapdragon, remind me of your apricot. I'll look it up. I will. Is it one of the, hold on, the Madame something variety where it's like the butterfly snapdragons? This is why I will grow Amaranth Coral Fountain again, just for him. Tell me that's not the cutest shit in the world. Excuse my language, but literally. Tell me that's not the cutest thing you've ever seen. Yes, it's a mouse. Yes, I don't want mice in my house, but look at him just snacking. Him's hungry. Him's is snacking. Oh, God, he's so cute. Look at his little toes. Stupid little nose. He's just a baby. He doesn't know anything. He didn't do anything wrong. Come on, he's just snacking. You don't have to be mean to him. He's just a baby. Look, there's two of them. There's two little mice snacking. Snacks outside means less reason for them to come inside. Yeah, or it means that they're going to be healthy and have tons of babies that are going to try and get into my house. Either way, it's none of my business. If they're outside, they're not, it's none of my business. What they do as mice outside, those are wild animals as far as I'm concerned. That's none of my business. If I'm not going to scare away the pigeons off the roof, like, I'm definitely not going to scare away these cute little mice. If they come in my house, that's different. Now they're vermin. Outside, they are wild animals. Shh, I was trying to stay positive. Another beautiful bouquet for Alex. This one I tried to think purple. Oh, that color is gorgeous. That is a million bells. Excuse me, I need to like breathe in really hard. Thank you. This million bells was gorgeous. I really love that warm salmony coral pink. This color. I love it. Purple is fine. Salmony pink. It's where it's at. Aw, Slinky had a swallowtail. Very pretty. Oh, that's pretty. We're gonna grow more of that this year. More large. We're gonna let it go larger longer. Oh wow, Deborah's daylilies are gorgeous. Obviously, I love this one. Slightly vaginal in appearance, but still very beautiful. Oh, I love this. I love this. This is so pretty. Love, love, love. There's the cactus zinnia again and the dahlias. Candy's cucumber. Oh, More shots of my dancing mouse. They were there every day. Look at this. Come on. Look at him holding onto the nasturtium with his little tail and his feet. I always love seeing all the butterflies and bees on my cone flowers. Isn't that the best? Look at him. He's reaching so hard. He needs a snack. He's so hungry. Look how fat his little bum is. Look at how round he is. He's so soft. He's so healthy. Doesn't he look so healthy? Gosh, I love seeing a healthy animal. Ah, the air is so dry. I keep zapping my cats. It is dry. I have oil in my hair just so that it doesn't break. Look at his stupid little beady little eyes. He's so shiny. He has no visible fleas, no ticks, no mange, no dry skin, no oiliness. He's like the healthiest little gray rat. He's a mouse. He's not a rat. Look at him. He's so cute. I love seeing a healthy wild animal. That's the best, gotta tell ya. Seeing a healthy wild animal, that's where it's at, peeps. He's just a hungry guy. Look, he just needs a little snack. He's so little. See his little tail wrapped around the plant? Little baby. Just gotta get all the little seeds. I hope he ate everything he could eat. I hope he was so full. Okay. This is my mom's farm. Oh, my mom cut her cleome when it was young. She cut it down and it bushed out and became a cleome bush. So maybe I'll try that this year. The supermodel of rats. Very much. American seed store called Yellow Orange Snapdragon. Okay, I'll check it. I will. Anyway, she cut the cleome. I let the cleome grow as tall as it wanted, and it grew like 13 feet tall. But my mom cut hers down to about 1 foot tall, and then the side branches all burst out of it and made all these beautiful, smaller, but more prolific side flowers. So maybe I'll try this year. That's quite pretty. My mom's zinnias are just something else. They get so big. She doesn't prune them. She deadheads them as she's walking by, but she doesn't like prune them or harvest the flowers. She just leaves them, and hers are insane. I love that you were like, how tall will it get? And your mom was like, how wide can it get? How wide can it get? Yeah. How big can we make it? Just in different ways. My mom was like, I want more flowers. And I was like, I want big flowers. And both of us had beautiful results. This is a gorgeous one, though. Look at this one. Again, huge. All of her zinnias are huge like this. It's because she lets them go the whole life cycle of the flower. I pick them at like this stage, where she picks them. She doesn't pick them, but she lets them grow all the way. Look at this one. Was a cat-faced bloom, but she let it grow, and it grew 4 separate flowers into one flower. Isn't that interesting? It was this variety. So fun, so pretty. And oh gosh, this one's lovely too. This is like the polar bear. The speckly ones look like speckle kettle dyed yarn. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do anything for me. I love seeing them in her garden, but I don't want them in mine. I see it and I'm like, no, that's gross. It's ugly. In her garden, beautiful. You're right. Interesting. Speckled. It's not coming near my garden. Same with this. Beautiful. Not coming near my garden. That's not for me. But it's pretty, and I know it's pretty. But I don't want it in my garden. The rules are, there ain't no rules. Look at how beautiful this sunflower is. Isn't that so pretty? Orange. Like burnt orange. The dark one is called Black Prince Snapdragon, burgundy with dark reddish leaves and stems. Dark Prince sounds good. I like the sound of that. I will be growing this because it's beautiful. Look at that. Come on. I don't usually like the cactus zinnias. They're not for me. Louisa got her first calendula flower there. Calendula and nasturtiums, a beautiful mix. Let's see what we got going on at this point in the summer. You can see things are starting to get really tall in July. This is what, July 24th? Yeah, July 29th? 29th. So the garden was getting pretty crazy in July. I know I took more pictures of the Clarkia. I'm surprised I'm not seeing very many here. The tallness was really starting to get there at this point. I do have tons of ferns now as well. Maybe the garden was big enough. And then we went camping. Why didn't I pick this? What was the reason? This is food. This is an oyster mushroom. I guess I just didn't know for sure. I should have picked that and cooked it for dinner. But I did not. And then back to my mom's garden and my garden. Oh, I really have to pee. I'm going to be right back. You guys can just stare at these pretty flowers, and I will be back in a moment, okay? Okay, I'm back. Hi. Oops. Were there bird crimes while I was gone? And let's see, except the hybrid that you went bonkers for in my garden, I sent you seeds from the Cactus Zinnia hybrid. Yes, the Cactus Zinnia hybrid is gorgeous, and I will be growing that one. So pretty. And I'm going to be growing different colors of Scabiosa this year. Look how pretty this is. This is the Cleome when it was in full bloom, which was in, when is this from? Is that all the same day? Okay, cool, Laura. I love that you uploaded all that on the same day. These were all the colors of Cosmos we got this past year. Aren't they pretty? Hi, Beelzebub. What you doing? What are you doing? This one. This is Alana's cactus zinnia before it opened all the way. And look at it once it's open all the way. I'm growing this year. She saved seeds for me. You succeeded at your goal of a pink garden. I think you're right. I think overall we ended up quite pink. There was some purple, there was some yellow, there was some orange, but we did end up with a heavy infusion of pink, which is what we want. Can we kiss? Thank you, baby. Yeah, she was a beautiful garden. But I'm excited to grow this one this year. This is a tiny marigold. It's a, what's it called? Green or golden gem marigold. That's something I'm looking forward to growing. It's very small. And the leaves are very small. It's really pretty. And I'm trying to see more of the larger space in the garden. I didn't take enough far away shots. That was something I noticed when I was trying to measure out my backyard. Like, Laura, back up. Show the whole garden. Aw. And then our little monarch cocoon. And I'm gonna try and grow these. These are white Angelonia. Thought they were really pretty. Snapdragon-esque. Ooh, dahlias are so pretty. Do I need any more new plants? Dahlias, Laura, come on. So many, so many. Trying to see if there's anything that grabs my eye that makes me go, oh, I need that again. Like this guy. I liked having this red millet. I just grew one plant. Like, I guess I'll have to get more of the seeds. Oh, a little bouquet of alyssum. So pretty. The prettiest, I might say. I would say. The strawberry blonde marigold didn't do anything for me this year. Maybe if I had had more space dedicated to it, it would have done something. I just didn't care about it. I don't think I'll bother with it next year. It was an idea that I thought was going to change my garden, but it didn't. This one's really pretty. It's an Apricota Cosmo, which will never leave my garden. And then this one's really pretty. That is the Celosia spicata flamingo, but it's not a true one. It's kind of like a coral color. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Everything is pretty. Ugh. A watermelon, but it wasn't all the way done. I would still eat it. So this is the other one, the Celosia I'm going to grow this year. This is the actual flamingo one. So I'm going to grow this one this year as well. Oh, you know what I could do for foliage difference? I could do some Persian Shield. That one's like a dark purple leaf. And I think that could do what I want. I think that would be a good filler in the garden. Something that brings like the purple green in. It's in a lot of outdoor gardens and it's for sale as an annual usually at the garden center. I think that could add the color I want. I don't know what light it needs. It's planted with coleus, so that means it doesn't need full sun, right? But it's beautiful. I wonder if it'll live indoors. It looks like some people keep it indoors. What can't be kept indoors? Like, can you have a hosta inside? If you just try really hard, couldn't you have a hosta inside? Or do they need to die back every year? You know, some perennials, they need time to be dead. I wonder. I wonder, the 5th of November. Oh, this is a beautiful dahlia. What are you laughing at? Yeah, it's because you're attackable. Alex lost his voice. These dahlias are gorgeous. Very well done on these ones, Slinky. And then we're in Nova Scotia. Doing Nova Scotia things, looking at all these dahlias growing there. Also, I'm going to a seed swap this weekend. Looking forward to it. I'm supposed to go to a birthday party, but I don't know if I'm going to go to that because of Alex's COVID. I don't have COVID anymore, so I am going to the seed swap. But the birthday party's for a kid, so I don't know if it's a good idea. I'm going to talk to the mom. This is what my shade garden is right now. This is where everything is currently, like at this moment. I moved all the, oh gosh, summer as it ended. Look at this huge yarrow basket. It's a Rubbermaid tote, 2 feet by 3 feet. It's gonna be full of flowers. When is this? This is October 16th. So we had not had a frost yet, October 16th. Which is pretty crazy. Usually that will have already happened. Yeah, it was, what is this? November 13th. This is November. In November, I had new plants trying to grow, like seedlings popping up. I was like, you guys have to go to sleep. And again, this is in the middle of November. Winter came so late this year. And it had spring started so early. We had such a long growing season. It was like April 20th until November 20th. That was our growing season this year, which is a very long time. I'm so excited to start next year's garden season. Oh, beautiful. Good morning, my fellow nut jobs. Hello, Candace. That's gorgeous. I grew that when I lived on the farm. I definitely grew that. It was called, I forget, something sunset. Beautiful, though. Gorgeous snapdragon. Ooh, that one's really pretty, too. The dark leaves are nice. I like the dark leaves. These ones, not so much. Very pretty with the dark stem, but I think I like these ones better. The dark, dark red. Very pretty. Thank you for sharing them, Candace. Oh, it's coming. It's coming, and it's going to be amazing when it gets here. I'm really looking forward to this garden. Let's be honest. I'm going to look forward to every garden for the rest of my life. In pets, let's look in pets. Sid said baby pictures. Oh, that's a cute kitty. I love the dark freckles on a tabby's face. They have the white face or the cream colored face and then those dark little freckles. So cute. Look at this baby. That's a very handsome cat. Kiwi is over 15 pounds now and Pickle is still hanging out at around 11.5. Kiwi and Pickle. Wow, that's a pretty kitty. I'm obsessed with both of them. Yeah, I imagine. Oh, hello, kids. That is a big kitty. That's a little bit of a thick boy. Both girls. Oh, that's a little bit of a thick girl. I love a gray with white. That's cute. Don't get me wrong. I love my all gray peekaboo, but a little bit of white on their paws. Pretty cute. I scooped the cat. That is a cute cat too. We love a cat scoop. Louisa. Come on. What am I looking at here? Look at these kitties. She is very round. I would call her a thick boy. She is a thick boy. Oh, come on. Look at that. She has that orange cat energy. It sure seems that way. Come now. I can't. Look at this dog. It's under a table. God, I love doggies. I love kitty cats and doggies. Like, what am I supposed to do? What is happening here? What is the situation that occurred? So many pets, so many pets. And there's Rohan sitting on my sweater. Where's Peekaboo right now? Did she go into Alex's office or is she still sleeping? Peekaboo and Rohan are being forced into friendship. Show us, please. Show us what? Show you what? I'll show you whatever you want. Show us the screen. Oh my God, I thought you... This whole time, screen share isn't up on screen. I'm sitting here scrolling through your animals, looking at your pets, not showing you. I'm so sorry. All you've been talking about. Love that for you. Sorry, guys. Here's a cute doggy I was looking at. And then where was the kitty cats? I'm so sorry. I thought you guys were watching with me. Here's what Rohan looks like on top of a pile of sweaters. I'm just sitting here talking to myself about pictures that only I'm looking at. I love that for me. Little kitty cat. And then we go through some plastic ones. Let me find what is this? What's happening here? This is what I was asking Louisa. What is going on? This cat looks like a possum. Is he building a crib? It looks like there's somebody stuck inside of a cage and the cat is with him. That's funny. And then this puppy was what I was talking about. Alana's little puppy under a table. So stupid. So cute. What a cute kitty. It's a beautiful cat. Louisa's kitty again. If I sits, I fits. My Buddha. Little Buddha. This was the one that I was laughing at. Look at these cats. What is going on here? What conspiracy is occurring? 3 cats staring aggressively. Just like sleep staring aggressively. They're not sleeping. They're not staring. They're somewhere in between. Very cute. I like the blonde one. That's a very pretty kitty. I also love the calico. My mother was eating yogurt and they were like, please, I miss my kitty. Alana, I know, because I miss Thunder every single day. Every day that I enter a room, I think about him. Every day that we return home from anywhere, I think about him. When I wake up, I think about him. When I'm getting ready for bed, I know you miss her. My mother was eating yogurt. The blonde looks like the one from Alana, Bake. That's what I was thinking too. This kitty's pretty. And then the babies. Hi, kitty. This birdie bird. I did something yesterday, and she let me. Come here. Here. Step up. Okay, bye. Come here. Come on. Come here. Don't poop on my stuff. Never mind. It didn't work. I held her in my hand. Like this. I held her in my hand and she was like, chill. She was fine with it, which was pretty cool. Let's drink some coffee. And we can start a new crochet project if you want. I was going through my yarn yesterday and I realized I have a good little chunk of yarn that I don't know what to do with, and we could do something with it. I also got my pan in the mail. I ordered a thing to do yarn dye with. Oh my god, that birch mug is so cool. Thank you. I paid 25 cents for it at the thrift store. It's not only beautiful, it's 3D. Like, it's, let me try and show you from the top view. It's my favorite. Well, it's one of my favorites. It's a winter mug. It's like 3D and the finish is like textured. I like it a lot. How long ago did you film the green headband tutorial? last week. Sensory experience winter mug. Last week, and then yesterday I filmed a heart. A crocheted granny square heart. Can tell. Oh, you can tell? Really? In the video you can tell? Ugh, that sucks. Well, hopefully these ones you can't tell that I was sad when I recorded it. But I will say the video is getting 0 traction. Nobody's watched it. So maybe YouTube could tell also. I was checking this morning. Usually I check how my videos are doing like a day after. And oh my God, this video is my worst video out of my last 20 videos. And I don't know why. It has 15 views. Listen to this. The last video I had before that, 533. The video before that, 1,740. The video before that, 775. 15 views. So there's obviously something wrong with it. I'm going to go back and look if I did anything wrong with like the tags or the title or the thumbnail, but that video is not doing well. And it did everything. I did everything the same. So it must just be my vibe. My vibe is bad in it. Oh well, at least the instructions are there. I liked it a lot. Well, thanks, Candace. You and 14 others liked it a lot. Otherwise, nobody else watched it. Usually there should be several hundred views by now, and there are not. So I have to go back and check it out and see what I did wrong or what I did that didn't work. And hopefully I can fix it and get it to turn around so that more people will watch it. But if not, I'm just kind of considering that one a bust because it just isn't getting traction. But the next video I hope is going to get quite a lot of traction because of how unique of a video it is. I made a Luna moth. I crocheted a Luna moth. And I made a tutorial for it. Look at that thing. It's a full-on Luna moth with antennas and spots and texture. So that's next week's video. Hopefully that one will get a little bit more traction because I don't appreciate when the algorithm hates me. When I'm working, you know? There. Oh, that's beautiful. So pretty. Thank you. Yeah, I worked on it with you guys for the first half of it, and then the second half I filmed and put it all together. I would love a moth for my hair. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. This took so many frickin' hours to make, but it was beautiful. Sorry, I'll watch it soon. Thanks, Louisa. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched my video from yesterday, watch it. Help the video out. Comment on it. Start a conversation in the comments. Do something to help with the boosting of it, because it's not hitting the way that my videos normally do. That's okay. It doesn't always have to go well, but like I worked hard on it like I do on everything. So I'd appreciate if it could get watched. But the Luna moth I think will do well because it's a unique thing that people will like. It's pretty, like that usually will get views. So hopefully that works. And then the weeks after that, I've got a hat, a heart, and now I need the next video after those weeks. So I have until, what do I have until? February. I'm working February 25th. I'm working the video of the week of February 25th is what I need to film. Yes, if we can help. Yes, the way you can help is by watching the video and leaving a comment and commenting on someone else. Comment on someone else's comment. That's the other way. Like sharing is super helpful, obviously, but I don't want to make you guys like, or I don't want to request that you guys share my stuff, but comment on it. And if someone else has commented, comment on their comment. Apparently creating a discussion in the comments is the new meta. Anyway, I'm working on the video, or I'm working on the project for the video for February 25th right now. And what I have in my list of things to film is pot cozy, yarn dye, and winter hat. And I've already filmed the winter hat. So we could do a pot cozy. We could figure out a pot cozy right now. What do you think? What size pot should we make our pot cozy for? We could do the pot cozy in cotton, acrylic, or wool. feel like I'll do it in acrylic scraps for the rough copy, but I don't know what for the good copy. Let me find a hook. Crochet hook. Oh, they're over there. Well, y'all can always comment on my comments. Obviously, Candace comments every time because Candace is a real one. Showing up every time. Hey, V, spectacular. Give me 50 of them. Good morning, by the way. Good morning, V. So I have a whole bunch of acrylic yarn scraps. I collected my yarn and organized it yesterday. And this is what I currently have. I'm currently working on a 70s inspired tote or reusable shopping, grocery shopping type bag. Poor Alex, he sounds miserable. So this is all of my balls of scrap yarn right now. One of them just rolled away. That's gonna get found by Rohan. Alex has been calling Rohan CJ this week, and I'm like, he hasn't been CJ in years, sir. So for a pot cozy, should we do a 4-inch pot or a 6-inch pot? What do you think is more common in people's homes? I feel like a 6-inch pot is more what I have, but I feel like a 4-inch pot is pretty realistic also. What do you think? Maybe we do a 4-inch pot because I've done a 6-inch before. And what are we going to do? Oh my God, my favorite podcast has been doing a ton of 6-parters this year. 6-part podcasts? That's like a lot of research, I would imagine. 6 different parts? That's a lot. Sorry, my skin is dry on my hands and I have a pathological need to rip the skin off of my fingers. It's fine. Okay, so, having the whole gang back together again. Nice to see you guys. Alana, V, Sid, it's Louisa. It's so nice. Candace, you're here all the time. I appreciate you, but it's nice to have the whole gang back. Okay, so whatever would cover up those ugly green plastic pots they come in. Agreed. I must go. Please send good maternal vibes towards me. I feel like I need it. All the best to all of you. Love and light. Louisa, I'm sending you the best maternal mom vibes. It's going to be great. And also congratulations. Okay, so they cover individuals. So it's crazy. They cover individuals. 6 parts covering individual people. That's a lot. A lot of research on one person. I hope nobody ever makes videos about me. That feels like so intimidating. Okay, all the good love vibes, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna do it for a 4-inch pot. Do I have a 4-inch pot? Yes, I do. The pot that it comes in, like you said, Candace. So I'm gonna start with a chain. Are we gonna work in the round for this, or are we gonna work it flat and then sew it up? I feel like we don't want the bottom. Kissinger, okay, cool. We don't want the bottom covered because we want there to be drainage. We can work in the round. And we could do like a basket weave style with front post and back post if we do the round. Or we could do I feel like the back post might be cool. It has to taper. Okay, so we're gonna need it to be a circle to start with. That fits around. You can taper with a basket weave. I can taper up. I think so. I was gonna be all sure of myself, but I think I can. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. That needs to fit around the bottom part of the pot. So let's do 31, 32, 33. That should fit around the bottom. And then we'll do 34. Now, 34, then we'll make sure that we're not twisted at all. Hi. I'm sorry, baby. 1 and 2. Now I'm just going to double crochet around. Poor Alex. We're gonna find out, Candace, if we can do a basket weave with a taper. We're gonna find out. First, I'm just gonna... Oh, I just saved myself from getting pooped on. I'm so amazing. First, I'm gonna just double crochet around, though, to start myself off here. A pot cozy. Can't go wrong with that. What can we do to make it interesting? The basket weave can make it interesting, but we could also do something else, like different stitches instead of a basket weave, because maybe lots of people don't want to do a front post, back post. Although making a pot that looks like a basket would be kind of cute, I feel like in brown and everything, like a brown wicker basket. Switch the color every few rows. That seems like fun, doesn't it? Could be. An applique flower on it after. Yeah, like an old plant pot. I'm trying to think, what do my actual pots look like? Do I have any decorative pots? Because I could do like a design that would be on a pot, but in the yarn. Like do color work in the round that makes it look, you know, like how a pot looks. That could be fun. The first main thing is that we don't want the bottom covered, because the bottom will have drainage holes, and we're not trying to get our little pot cozy soaked. We want it to just warm the outside of our pot as a cute little decorative outside, I think. Can you stop eating my shirt? Stop it. Good morning, Michelle. Nice to see you this morning. Welcome, welcome. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay. So I did a chain of 34. How am I having 35 stitches in my round? That doesn't seem to make sense. But we're going to just go with that. And we'll join the round with a slip stitch at the top of the chain 2. So As we're writing it down, we're doing chain 35, slip stitch, round, double crochet around, 35 stitches, slip stitch, round, chain 2, chain 2. So this is round 1. Now round 2. What are we doing for round 2? We're sitting here waiting for the dudes to come and replace the new window they put in hubby's man cave. It cracked last week. Good thing it's double paned. Geez, that's scary. Okay, so there's our first row. Then we'll chain 2, 1 and 2. And we have 35. So we can either do front, back for a super simple basket weave. Or we could do 35. Let's see. Let's do front, back. Front post, back post. You're fine, Gary. You're also fine, Beelzebub. Gonna get real windy in here when they take it out. Yeah, I bet. It'll cool your apartment right down though, Candace, if you're getting hot in there. I don't know how the heat is for you in the winter time, but I know generally you like it cooler. It'll cool everything down, give you a huge burst of fresh air into the house. That'll be kind of nice, actually. Like, awful while it's happening, but, like, immediately after, it'll be like your whole apartment will have fresh air. I wish I could just open all the windows for, like, 10 minutes. I said good morning earlier. Hey there, Deborah. Just listening and getting ready for family coming tonight. We're having soup and Sammy's. I've made Italian sausage tortellini soup and potato and ham. Wow. So you made soup and sandwiches a fancy meal. They're coming for soup and sandwiches, but I made fancy soup. That's awesome. I have my patio door open. He will be putting on his woolies. Yeah. Deborah, that's so nice. What kind of sandwiches are you doing? Also, can we talk about, for a brief moment, the shirt I'm wearing? Nobody even noticed it. Look at how pretty this thing is. It's knitted. It's machine knitted, but it's a knit. It looks like it's fabric, but it's actually a knit. It's a knit that was white, like a white knitted sweater that was then printed. So this is like ink on it, but it's white on the back, but it's knitted. So pretty. And it said on it, made in Italy. Got it for $2 at the thrift store. Some old lady parted with it. And it is the prettiest shirt I own now. It's my current favorite shirt. Look at the beautiful colors. It's my favorite. This is the colors that look the best on me, all in one thing. And it's a bat wing, so pretty. And let me see where it's from again. It said made in Italy, which when I saw the tag, I was like, I don't care. I like the fact that it's floral. Let me just search the brand. Log. I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Just see my brilliant plan. I'll just turn it around so I can see the tag. Because I want to know if it's actually like a L-O-G-G-I-A. De Tessitori. I want to know if it's like an old lady brand. Made in Italy. Because it was at an old lady store. Like, it was a thrift store that's usually old ladies' clothing, which I don't mind if it looks good on me. I don't care who it was made for. I just want to know if it's an old lady brand. My mom made spicy chicken chili. The Sammys are ham and cheese. Your top is beautiful. Thank you. Yummy, Deborah. Good morning, by the way. I've been burying myself in tons of different projects since September's. Between canning, freezing, dehydrating, and crocheting. In the end of October, beginning of November was awful for us. December was too. November and December, Alex and I were sick, and January, Thunder died, so it's been a rough winter for us too. Every time I say, oh, new shirt, you're like, oh, this old thing? This is a new shirt, but it's not new to, it's new to me. It's not new. Okay, let's see. From Poshmark, from eBay, thrift store finds. Is there like a brand? What? Okay, so it's not an expensive brand. It's just a clothing brand. Although their clothes look pretty nice. I can't find the actual brand. Where is it sold? Where to buy? What stores sell it? Oh, okay. I found something like the sweater. $60, $70. I do wish I could get more information. I really like... Ooh, TJ Maxx. So it might be just a regular brand that is just... Yeah, it's at TJ Maxx. This brand is for sale. Okay, cool. So... Oh, TK Maxx. Sorry, not TJ Maxx. TK Maxx. Interesting. Pretty though. And I like it a lot. So it doesn't seem to be an old lady brand, just a brand. Doesn't matter, just interesting. Hey Melanie, good morning. Back to crocheting now. Front post, double crochet, back post, double crochet around, slip stitch, round. There's been a lot of loss in our family and extended family. It's that's awful, and I'm sorry, Alana. Is it a sleeve or the neck of a baby sweater? It is the base of a flower pot cozy, Melanie. We're doing a pot cozy. And this is just the base part. Kiwi's walking around with a toy in her mouth and it's too cute for words. That's very cute. Rohan's just sitting near Alex meowing. And Peekaboo is sleeping on his couch. I noticed she's not under the bird cage anymore. We're forcing friendship with our animals right now. We're in the process of forcing our cats to get along because Thunder has passed away, and he was always who we were trying to keep safe because Rohan has the ability to kill any of our animals, and we didn't want him and Peekaboo fighting if they could accidentally come in contact with Thunder. But Thunder died, and so now there's no reason for us to hold off introducing the cats to each other because they know each other. Oh, that's why I did it wrong. There's 2 stitches coming out of one chain. That's going to be a problem. I'm going to ignore it. I love it when we're all here. Me too. It's nice to have all of you guys back. I miss you. I'm terrified of these 2 catching any mice because they will end up either in my bed or on my floor. They're always bringing me their toys when they've killed them. That's so nice of them. No thanks. Rohan has eaten a couple of mice or chewed them up. I don't know if he ate anything, but he definitely chewed them up. It does matter. Dang it. Okay. If that was with 35, hold on. Let me double check. Yeah, it needs to be 34, not 35. It does need to be 34, not 35. Okay. Try this again. Kiwi kind of plays fetch. I love watching her play. Rohan does not play fetch. His previous owners told us he does. He more just likes to grab it and pretend to kick it until it's dead. Whatever the thing is, he likes to try to eviscerate it with his back legs. That's his only game. He grabs his scratching post with his front feet and then tries to eviscerate it with his back legs. He just really likes to do his best to try and remove blood from creatures. However that is going to happen. There, that should do it. And Peekaboo, she is not very, she'll swat at stuff, but she won't like exercise. She's definitely not going to go out of her way to move her body. If she could, she would be sleeping always and just have food injected into her. She's just like, she's very sleepy. She's a sleepy cat. Rohan walks around and talks and then he goes to lie down somewhere. I don't know where he is right now. I heard him a minute ago though. But anyway, they've not been causing any drama. They swat at each other and they hiss and Peekaboo goes meow. But he doesn't yell at her anymore and they don't roll around in a fight anymore. They just swat at each other from like a distance. So no claw contact has been made, no biting has occurred. They seem to understand that they just aren't like coming close to each other, like they have boundaries with each other now. And Rohan will try and sneak up on her, but when she notices, she swats him away. He did the other day something really cute. She was sitting underneath the bird cage, or lying down underneath the bird cage, and she was lying down like a loaf, but her paws were showing, so not quite a loaf. Rohan was over beside her, just trying to be near her, and he lied down on his back and like rolled onto his back and was just rolling and like showing his tummy to her. And she was pretending not to talk to him, like she wasn't facing him, but he was like inching closer to her on his back. So he's trying, he's doing the right thing socially. So maybe eventually she will come to accept him, but that was a huge step that he showed playfulness that wasn't him instigating. He was just sort of being playful. Usually he's like coming at her really interested and excited. That was more like a correct body posture. I was very proud of him. So hopefully that keeps up and eventually they can just hang out together. But that was one time, never happened before, and it hasn't happened since, but we'll see. She was sitting under the birdcage ignoring him, and he just sort of like inched towards her. It was pretty cute. Wow, that submission. Well, maybe he will eventually fully submit to her, and then she can be the leader of their little cat pack. Okay, so we'll do... I think we should do 2 rows this way and then switch to 2 rows back posts. I'm gonna run out of yarn. That's okay, this is just a rough copy anyway. Anyway, Pickle initiates games of chase, we think. Those are fun games. Rohan would love to play chase with Peekaboo, but Peekaboo thinks he's chasing her, so it doesn't work out, unfortunately. I wonder if we can get all the way around this round. You know how you said we need to make it taper, Candace? I don't think we do. I think the stretch will be enough. I don't think we need to add anything stitches-wise. And I might be wrong, but I think so. I think we'll be okay. And I think this is a good idea to do that basket weave, but to do a modified basket weave. So we're doing the front post, back post, double crochet, one after the other, like a rib stitch. And we'll do 2 rows of that. And then we'll do 2 rows the opposite, back post and then front post, I think. We'll see. I think it'll work. I'm about to change yarns though, so it might be a little less obvious that it's working. But that's okay. It's just our rough copy. It's to get the shape right. Then I'll have something to film, which is super. I love that. Yeah, well, yeah, the stretch is good, then you just have to make sure you start smaller than the pot. Yeah, I think so. I think this should be good for a 4-inch pot already. Hi, Rohan. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? I heard that that's how you call a cat to you. Hi. How you doing, baby? It worked. Hi. You just hanging out? That was pretty cool. I called him and he came. You a nice boy? Do you need something nice to sit on? Here you go. You're just gonna sit right there? That's fine. You can just sit right there. He's like, oh good, thanks. That's what I was gonna do anyway, and it had nothing to do with you telling me I could. You have no power here, human. Come here. Like, no, I'm good. I'm good right where I am, thank you. Alright, then we'll join the round, but I'm gonna join it with 2 new color. And I'll go with the purple because I have enough of that. Should we do it with cotton? Learning to speak true cat. Hey, what are we doing today? Hey there, Lena. We are making a plant pot cover. We are crocheting a plant pot cover. And I'm doing it with front post, back post double crochets. Where are you going? Around. You're not the boss of me, he says. Oh my god, your hair. Oh, thank you. I love your hair. Thank you. You're very nice. Oh, right, we're switching to back post now. Distracted me. Okay, so I'm gonna do this again so you can see what I'm working on. But I'm gonna do back post first for the 3rd row. Back post, then front post. And we're gonna have to decide what fiber to make the actual pot cozy out of. I wonder if I should do cotton, because it's like easy to wash. Oh, bye Candid. Bye Sid. Have a good rest of your day. These cats don't let me sleep till I'm gonna go lie down, and I'll see you again. And I'll see you Friday, hopefully. Sounds good. Have a good rest of your day. Don't work too hard. And enjoy your snooze. Anywho. Yeah, I don't know what fiber I should make the final copy in. Should it be cotton, wool, acrylic? It doesn't matter super, like, at all to me, but I'm trying to think of what fiber would be the best choice. See you again soon, Sid. Yeah, hope so. Acrylic is easy to wash. I would say wool, probably not our best bet, because wool deteriorates, and if it's sitting in the sun And if it gets wet from getting water on it from the pot, wool is probably not the best choice. Cotton does not stretch though. That's true. Cotton won't stretch as much as acrylic will. But I'm doing stretchy stitches, so I think it'll stretch enough. You're thinking acrylic though, Candace? I think acrylic is best. You're probably right about it. So I'm switching the directions right now of my front posts and doing back posts where the front posts are and front posts where the back posts are to create a rib stitch. But because I changed colors here, which I won't be doing on the good copy, the color change is making it look weird. But that's okay. We're not going for what the colors look like. We're just going for the yarn like shapes here. You think acrylic yarn too? Okay. Well, I have acrylic yarn, so it's fine. Got a pretty good amount of light purple. I could do it in purple. I have a good amount of blue. And I have a good amount... I actually do have a good amount of this yellow. I thought I was out of it. I kind of want to switch back to the yellow so I can see the actual color. I didn't realize I had a whole ball of it. I thought that it was just the tiny ball I had left over. I'm gonna undo this and do it in just the yellow. Just so I can really see what the texture is like. Hi Beelzebub. How you doing? Just chewing on stuff sitting on my shoulder. Now I have a tail for no reason. Annoying. Cool. But if washed, the cotton will outstretch, then you'll have to reshape it. It has no bounce back. Okay. Acrylic it is. So I wanted to use the same color so that I could see how the texture actually looks without the color change to make it super obvious. So I'm doing 2 rows where I did front post, back post, front post, back post. Now I'm going to do 2 rows where I do back post, front post, back post, front post. Same stitches, just offset by 1 so that they hopefully create something of a basket weave. That's my plan, is for some form of basket weave to occur. Because I think that would be really pretty. A little crocheted basket. A little wicker basket, you know? I wish I had some like wicker color. I guess this yellow is fine. I feel like I should do it in brown though. But I also kind of want to do it in a bright color so that it's like a cute pot cozy for in the house. How hard it is to decide these things. So I'm almost coming up to the end of the round. And at the end of this round, I'll be keeping the same pattern I did. Back post as the starting for the row. I thought that small ball wouldn't even get me around, all the way around again, and it did. Cool. Hey, by the way, did you click the thumbs up button today? You better. Helps the channel and you're already here. So click it. Do it. Do it. Alright. Front post. Back post. And front post. Okay, after this round, you'll be able to see, hopefully, you'll be able to see the basket weave pretty well. I did. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate you. And all of you who did click the like, I appreciate you as well. And those of you who haven't clicked the like yet, I still appreciate you. Just, I'd appreciate you more if you click the like. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good basket weave. Every 2 rows, I'm switching directions, and that's going to create the texture I'm looking for. Very baskety, very woven. Honestly, quite squishy as well. Okay, I'm gonna tie in my new yarn again because finally ran out of the yellow. I clicked as soon as I came in. Thanks, Deborah. Appreciate you. So today I'm going to do my best to get as much editing done as possible because I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. And I know it's going to keep my attention for more of the day than I want to admit. So I'm going to get as much work done as I can today. I'm also in the middle of doing a million loads of laundry. I think I have 3 loads left at this point. When I got sick, I stopped keeping up with the laundry, and it piled up. So I think I have 3 loads left. I put 1 in the wash right before the stream started, so after the stream ends, I'll go and I'll put that in the dryer, and then I'll put the next load into the wash. And while that's washing, I will sit and edit and be really, really good and behave myself so much. And then I'll flip the laundry, wash some dishes, edit more, get up, flip the laundry, make supper, bada bing, bada boom. It's gonna be a good day. I can't do much crochet, Michelle says. My eyes are still recovering, but they look much better. The day of surgery, they looked like demon eyes from Supernatural. Really? Were all the whites all like red, blooded out? Yikes. Eye surgery. Do you have to be awake for that, or were you put out? You're not doing basket weave. We're more making a cuff for the pot. I am doing the basket weave. I'm doing a modified basket weave. Because a basket weave stitch, it's 4 front post double crochets, 4 back post double crochets. I'm doing 1 front post double crochet, 1 back post double crochet, but I'm still doing the basket weave where I'm switching every couple of rows. So instead of every 4 rows, I'm doing every 2 rows. Here. See? So it's still a basket weave. Just a different kind of basket, that's all. So now I'm going to switch back to the front post double crochet, back post double crochet. Like this. Okay, but when the doctor fixed the stitches, I was awake. Oh, gosh. But groggy. I don't like that. I'm glad you were out for the surgery part. What was it you were getting done on your eyes again? And did they say it was a success and that it all worked out and that you're going to have amazing eyesight? After this next row, the basket part of the basket weave should show up. I don't know what we'll call it. Modified basket weave. It's still a weave. By doing front post, back post, and alternating it, it creates that woven texture. But yes, essentially we're making a cuff for the plant pot. It will look more like reed twig weaving. A reed and twig basket. How about twig weave? Instead of basket weave, we can call it twig weave. Or willow weave. The willow weave pot cozy. It's woven. There's a weave to it, okay? At least it's gonna look woven, hopefully. Hopefully it will. Alright. Coming up on the end of the round soon. And then we'll be able to really see the back and forth of the weave. I think this will be a good project. It'll be easy, quick, but also like really pretty. Maybe we'll have to find a way to like make some handles for it so that it looks like a basket. I haven't figured that part out yet, but so far I'm liking it. I have strabismus, which is a divergent issue, not looking at the same spot. She said it was much better afterward, but she put stitches in the muscle to repair it. I'm happy that it's better, but also just those words sounded scary. There. Okay, so here's how the weave looks. It's weavy. Don't you think? Looks like a tiny little basket. Handles could be braided with several cords of yarn to thicken it up. That's true. That's true. This is definitely big enough for a 4-inch pot. Let me grab one. Of course, all my pots are literally dirty. Okay. See? Pot cozy. We have to keep going. Oh my god, this poor plant. They're not even covered. My poor babies. You need water. I will water you. Eventually. I like the weave. Thank you, me too. I think it's a good weave. Poor baby. Alex is like pretty sick. He should probably be off work today, and he is just not being off work today because he's stubborn. But his cough is so awful and his voice is gone. He just has no voice. He sounds awful. My eyes feel like they were used in an Olympic ping pong ball tournament. That's... Ow. Ew, stitches in the muscle of your eye. Sounds like a no thanks. But if it helps, it's good. Surgery is just scary, but if it helps, it's good. Poor guy, he can't breathe. I have a nostril thing. I think we'll finish this pot cozy today. And that way I'll have a project ready to film. I saw doubt before surgery. Well, they were here and now they're gone. Someone lied to me. About what? They have to measure the window, then replace it in 2 or 3 weeks. That's a long time. I saw double before the surgery. Oh my god. That's miserable. And now not. That's good. Candace, grrr. Yeah, cracked window's no good. It is good that it's double pane, but I don't want a cracked window. Fix it now. You're such a good bird, Gary. Gary. He's just talking to himself. Yesterday, as I was trying to film, the birds wouldn't stop talking. Like, they installed them. How did they not know the size? Like, what? Also, how do they have none left? You know, when you're doing a whole huge apartment building, tell me they don't buy more than they need. They only bought the number of windows that they actually need for the project. Doubt it. They should have that size already in stock because they've ordered 200 of them. Hubby moved all his furniture from in front and his big TV in there for nothing. The disrespect. Can't say I'm surprised. Landlords are trash. Building management companies are trash. Alex, you sound horrible.
What?
You sound so sick. And I feel sad every time you cough. My landlord is really cool. She's my auntie. Okay. You get the one exception, Michelle. Other than your auntie, landlords are trash. Building management companies are trash. I will say as a rule, landlords are trash and building management companies are trash. Obviously, there are exceptions to every rule, but as a rule, I would argue landlords are trash. I'm guessing they're only going to replace the glass pane and they have to get the exact size of the glass. Yeah. Still. That makes sense. They're not going to reinstall the whole window, just the glass. You're right. I know I am. You could be the best landlord in the world. It won't change the fact that overall, landlords are trash. It has an upper portion, big panes, then two smaller portions below. The one slides for opening. Right. Is it the big pane that cracked? They're just replacing the top portion. Okay. It's so weird that it would crack, like, quickly. It was not installed that long ago, right? This weave is pretty. How tall should we make it? I wonder if this has any actual function. Like, will it actually keep any warmth in my plant? And if it keeps any warmth in my plant, is that good? I think they installed it too tight in the opening. Nice. Love that for you, Candace. Rohan is in a box right by the heater. Oh, yesterday the birds would not stop trying to chew on my paper. Any paper I was dealing with, they were trying to chew on it. So I took old cardboard boxes and I cut them into 1-inch squares or maybe 2-inch squares. And I hold on, I'm thinking. And I used those 2-inch squares. I strung them up on a thread, needle and thread, to create toys for the birds to chew on because they are so insistent on chewing on paper products right now. If you have a plant near a window, help keep the chill from a draft. Okay. Is that true, though? You know? Will it actually? Like, I know it's warmer, but the plant doesn't create body heat, so what heat is it keeping in? Clever. Michelle, it had to be done. The mess they were making. They just kept finding paper products wherever they lay. They tore up a paper towel roll. They tore up one of my notebooks. They tore up a art thing I was drawing. I had a pad of graph paper on the table. They chewed up a bunch of sheets of that. And I was just shooing them away as they did all this stuff throughout the day. And then I was like, oh, they just want to chew paper. It took me until I was on the phone with my sister. And I was like, they won't stop chewing on my cardboard and on my paper. And then I was like, oh, I'll give them some then, so that they don't have to seek it out. I don't know why my brain it just didn't occur to me. So then I spent the next 25 minutes cutting up an old cardboard box into squares and stringing those squares up together so that it's like, you know, like the cat scratcher material, when you cut up a whole bunch of cardboard squares and stack them on top of each other, and then put that through a needle and thread. I used thick embroidery floss, cotton floss, and tied it together and created like a little cat tree, but it's tiny so the birds can chew it. Wrap it with some newspaper before they cover the soil. Wrap it with some newspaper before the cover. The soil has slight warmth. So to it, doesn't it? Does it? I believe you, I just don't know. Outside soil has warmth to it, but outside soil has life in it. Inside soil doesn't have like worms and bugs crawling around in the same way. Obviously there's some things in our indoor soil, but not the way outside soil has. And outside soil gets like sun and has water moving through it. It's like a living force. Inside soil is different. It might have warmth to it though. I literally don't know if there is life in it. The roots, do they make warmth? Is heat a byproduct of plant growth? Because heat is a byproduct of like human growth. When we grow it like when we work out, it creates heat, you know? So, I don't know. Okay, here's how it's looking now. I did 2 rows of each weave to create this simple back and forth looking basket weave. It's simple, but it's cute, I think. Probably need another. I'm no scientist, just guessing. Same. I'm also not a scientist. I mean, we're all scientists, but okay, that's a back post, so that means that this one will be a front post. I think we might only have to do one more repeat after this. So we'll do 2 rows of this and then 2 rows the other way, and I think that should get us to the top of our basket, which then we can decide if it needs handles or something else. What else might a wicker basket have? It could have handles that go on the side. It should have an edge to it. I feel like all wicker baskets have a really nice edge. Like maybe the crab stitch around the upper outside, or something that makes it look ruffled, maybe. I love when he lies on his back. He's on his back in the box right now. Trying to find the best, comfiest place. All right. Can we kiss? Thank you, baby. She's like, why are you talking to me? I don't care about you. I do like how quick this project is, not too much happening. I like a project that's easy to explain. The Luna moth, that video is going to be intense. Like, editing that video is not going to be fun for me. It's a very long video. I can already feel how long it is. It took me hours. I thought it was going to be like a 2-hour project. It took way more than that. So hopefully I can get the project down to under an hour for the video, ideally. But we're going to have to just see. I'll do what I can. But it's so pretty. It is very pretty. But it was a lot of work. More work than it seems. Like, I look at it and I'm like, it's pretty. Can you imagine doing it in crochet thread? Literally no. No, I cannot. And I would not. I think we might even be done after this round with the like basket weave body portion. For a 4-inch pot, we don't need it to be coming over the soil at all. So now we have to figure out how to finish the weave off. I think once I get to the end, I'll be able to imagine it better. I do like the idea of doing a bottom to it as well, but I feel like the plant pot should be balanced on like a flat surface, not with a crocheted bottom, you know? I really like this weave. This feels like it would be such a good weave for like a thick blanket. Like a picnic blanket. Or a dog bed even, like a mat for a large dog where they don't really want a big fluffy bed, but they still want something to lie on. Or like make a huge one of this for if you ride horses to use as a bareback saddle. Something cozy. It's thick but not too rough, you know? I've seen people use a twist technique with a single crochet stitches for a cool looking border. You spin your hook 360 before inserting the hook into the next stitch and complete the stitch. Ooh. Okay, let's see how that looks after we get this round complete. I think this is going to be tall enough as it is right now for the basket. I was thinking we'd need 2 more after this, but I think that might be too tall. We don't want it to be too tall that it ends up getting dirt on it. A single crochet, but you spin the hook. So I guess I'll need to have like a looser tension a little bit so it doesn't get too tight. The other thing I was thinking though is doing like some kind of a like chain 3 skip 1 business, because like here's how it looks, right? To have it be like this on the end, like scalloped, or maybe not chain 3, maybe like 3 double crochets, skip 1, I have an idea. So I'm going to do a row of single crochets first. We might start with what I'm thinking and then finish with what you're thinking, Alana. So a round of single crochets just to fill in the gap left at the top of the basket. And then I think I want to do like a scalloped edge to make it feel like a wicker basket. And then on the edge of that scalloped edge, we can do that turn the thing 360 business. Okay, so there's my single crochets. And now if we divide 35, we can do 6 scallops, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 7 scallops. I'm amazing. 7 scallops. So that goes there and that goes there. Join the round. So that's in groups of 5. So if we're doing 7 scallops in groups of 5, this chain 1, then we're going to skip 1, and then we're going to put 7 double crochets, 2, 3, or are we going to do 5? 4, 5, and then we'll skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like for the top of that's kind of looking like a pineapple. That's not what I'm aiming for. I'm not aiming for pineapple, I'm aiming for wicker basket. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But that's also now making it only 4, and 35 does not work that way, so that is not right. So 5. Then we skip 1, single crochet, single crochet. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it's fine. 3, 4, 5. There is a seed site with good shipping. I'm not sure if you heard of them. McKenna seeds. Pretty flower seeds. Do you mean Mackenzie? I haven't heard McKenna. I've heard Mackenzie. Trying not to enable it all. Skip 1, single crochet, single crochet. Skip 1, 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then skip 1, and then single crochet, single crochet, skip 1, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 1, single crochet, single crochet, skip 1, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 1, skip 1, single crochet, single crochet, skip 1, 5 double crochets, 1, no, not Mackenzie, okay, McKenna seeds, I'll check it, 3, 4, 5, 1, single crochet and single crochet, and then skip 1, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we skip 1 and we join with a slip stitch. Okay, so there, the top of the basket, yeah, cute little ruffles, and then I'm gonna try what you said. So we're gonna, For a cool looking border, you can spin your hook 360 before inserting the hook into the next stitch. So we'll chain 1, spin the hook 360, single crochet into the next stitch. That won't work unless it's before I finish the stitch. So like insert the hook, yarn over, then spin 360, then yarn over and pull through. Because if I spin 360 before that, it doesn't make a difference. Insert, yarn over, spin 360, yarn over, pull through. Insert, yarn over, spin 360, yarn over, pull through. It looks a little tighter. I don't love it though. I kind of want to just slip stitch across. Yeah. So I'm slip stitching through the large spaces between the double crochets, not the top of the stitch, because I'm going to do 2 rounds of slip stitch. I'm right, I am going to finish this before the stream is over today. Were you impressed that I made it here fully on time? I was actually like early. Like it was 10 to 9 and I was already sitting down in my seat. Which is not typical for me. Usually I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off at 10 to 9. But not today. Impressed I was late. Candace, you're never late. Everyone else is just early. Okay, now once I get back to the beginning of the round, which I'm almost at, I'm going to do another round of single crochets, or of slip stitches, but I'm going to do it just in the top of the stitch. And I think that should be it. I think after that the project should be finished. Okay, so now I'm back to the beginning. So I'm not even going to slip stitch the round together, I'm just going to continue slip stitching. This time though, I'm going to do it in the top of my double crochets. How dare you be on time? It made me look extra late. Yeah, exactly, Candace. That's what I did it for. Keep you on your toes. What is it, Beelzebub? Yeah, this is gonna work the way I want. Now it looks more baskety. I don't think it needs handles. I think handles don't make sense because a basket's handles are like stiff, and these won't come off looking stiff because they're made of yarn. I love the slip stitch. It's so pretty. No handles, just a cover up. Exactly. To hide them ugly plastic pots. Exactly. Do you hear the paper tearing? That's Gary. He found the paper toy. Hey, get off of that wire. Of course, as soon as she's got all them paper toys to play with, she's like, actually, now I want to chew on wire. Today feels like a wires day. Wrong, Beelzebub. Wrong. Okay. There. Gorge. Now, here's how the top looks with our 2 rounds of slip stitches. Like the top of a basket, kind of still looking pineapple-y, but it's not a pineapple, it's a basket. Get out of here. She's like, oh, plants? May I eat your plant? No, Beelzebub. Okay, then just have it cover the pot on all the sides. That plant looks thirsty. This plant is thirsty. It's so thirsty it's climbing above the soil. The soil is literally bone dry. Yes, it needs a drink. She'll get a drink today. Now that you've all seen her, you can see her tomorrow or Friday, Wednesday, Friday, looking extra hydrated. Ta-da! Go get off of my water. Go drink your own water. Ta-da! Pretend the ends are woven in. Let me just tuck them in so you don't see them. Tuck in better. There. Ta-da! A little plant pot cozy, like a little basket. There. That'll be a simple, cute little crochet project, right? Cover your ugly pots so that they look like cuter. I'm gonna put you away because you are not in need, and I'm gonna put you here so that I remember to water you today. Gorgeous. Can you not eat my paper? Stop it. She has paper toys. So pretty. Think of a bunch of them in different colors. Yeah, it's cute. And the little wavy top is cute. I feel like I need to water this plant right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start my day by watering plants. That's what you gotta do sometimes, you know? So, that's pretty much it for me for today. I hope you guys had a good time. I did. I feel like I got another project done, which is awesome. We love that. It's screaming. I can hear it. To be kind, to be safe, water your plants. Yes, I'm gonna water my plants, and I'm gonna drink water. You drink water too. We'll all drink water. Leave a comment later. Check out yesterday's video. That's what I would really like you to do. Watch yesterday's video because nobody watched it, and it seems as though it disappeared into the algorithm. So I would really appreciate if you could take a second to watch that video and leave a comment on yesterday's tutorial. 18 views. Poor thing. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Friday. I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week. And I'll see you Friday morning at 9 a.m. because we get together Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. And that's it for me for today. Say bye-bye. She doesn't say bye-bye. She says hi. Okay, love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for everyone supporting the channel. We'll see you next time. Bye.